We're going to continue our study of the options of side-side angle. So, first thing we look at is A. A happens to be acute this time. So on your flow chart, if it's acute, I have to look at the relationship between A and B. Here I have A is less than B, and so then that tells me I need to look at, I have three possible solutions. I need to look at how does A compare to the product of B sine A. So I'm going to go ahead and how does 5 compare to 9 times the sine of 50? Well, that becomes 5. How does 5 compare to 6.9? And 5 is less than 6.5, and if you follow that down your flow chart, you find out this has no solution. And so you're done. There's no way that a side length of 5 will ever be able to connect in any way or form to that bottom side AB to make a triangle. Now what can happen with that side-side angle option? If A is acute, flowchart says, how do A and B compare? I have A less than B, and then I have to look at how does A compare to B sine A. So in this case, how does 10 compare to 14 times the sine of 39? And 10, how does 10 compare to 8.8? It happens to be greater, and when that happens, I have two solutions possible. I am in the middle, two solutions. So the first solution is easy to find, and that's when B is an acute angle. And remember, acute angles are less than 90. So I'm going to go ahead and just find B using the law of sines. So I would have the sine of 39 over 10 would be equal to the sine of B over 14. When you cross multiply and divide here, you end up with the sine of B being equal to 0.8810. Use the inverse. That makes B 61.8 degrees. Now how do I figure out what the obtuse angle, and that's that angle between 90 and 180 is? So this actually takes us back to the unit circle a little bit. So we're going to draw a little unit circle here, and we are going to think about our reference angles and what happens to our cosine, sine values in our ordered pair. If I look at a 61-degree angle right here, whatever these ordered pairs are, and if I were thinking about these ordered pairs, this would be the cosine of 61.8, sine of 61.8. Now, in our study of the unit circle, we know that we could draw that reference angle of 61.8 as that reference angle. And what would be true about the ordered pairs here is it would be negative cosine of theta, sine of theta, where in this case our reference angles, we know that this is going to be the cosine of 61.8, sine of 61.8. And what happens is that these sine values are exactly the same. Well, how big is this angle right here? Well, it's 180 minus 61.8, which happens to be 118.2. And if you go to your calculator and you take the sine of 118.2, you get approximately 0.8810, which is the same sine as right here because of those reference angles. That obtuse angle that has the reference angle subtract from 180 is going to be exactly the same sine value because of the way those ordered pairs work, and both a 61-degree angle and its reference angle go up 61 from 180 to get to 118.2. That is the end of the 13.4 homework lesson.